Okay, so this is the first video to learn Italian. This topic of today is the train. Okay, so this is how the lesson is gonna be organized. So I'll show you some sentences in Italian and only in Italian, and you will have to guess the meaning, try to understand the meaning, and then I'll show you the translation in English. You will see if you got it correct. I'll pronounce the sentences once very fast or normal, once slow and fast again. And then I'll focus on single words for their meanings and little interesting things about grammar if there's something of interest. Okay, so we'll go with the first sentence. Here we go. Viaggio sempre in treno per andare al lavoro. What does it mean? Viaggio sempre in treno per andare al lavoro. And this is the translation. Viaggio sempre in treno per andare al lavoro. Viaggio sempre in treno per andare al lavoro. I always travel by train to go to work. Okay? It's a simple sentence, but we have some interesting words already. So first of all, sempre. Sempre means always. Sempre. Then we have treno, that is train, that is the word of today. Treno. And then we have a few interesting verbs. First of all, we have andare. Andare is a very common word, common verb, and it means to go. Andare. And in this case, we go to work. Andare a lavoro. Lavoro is work. It's your job. Okay? So you go to work. Andare a lavoro. Then we also have another verb, viaggio. Okay? For the first person singular, io viaggio. The infinite is viaggiare, so to travel. And you can see that the adverb here comes after the verb, not before. In English, it comes before. I always travel. In Italian, it comes after. So, viaggio sempre. Viaggio sempre in treno per andare a lavoro. Okay, so that's our first sentence. We go to the next one. A te piacciono I treni? What does it mean? Do you like trains? A te piacciono I treni? A te piacciono I treni? Okay, this is a very simple sentence, but again, very important verb. Piacere. To like. We will see and focus more on this verb later on. Just for now, know that to like is piacere. Piacere and piacciono is at the plural because I treni is plural of treno. So, un treno, one train, due treni, two trains. A te piacciono I treni? That is the second sentence. Okay, if you're ready, we go to the next one. A me piace molto prendere il treno. Okay, we have the same verb, so maybe you know the meaning of this one. Let's see. I really like taking the train. A me piace molto prendere il treno. A me piace molto prendere il treno. I really like taking the train. Okay, so here we have again the verb to like, piacere. This time is at the singular because prendere il treno is our object or a subject here. So piace. And a me is I. So the structure here for this verb is a little bit complicated just because it's a bit different from the English structure. But once you get the hang of it, it's gonna be quite easy. We'll see more later on. Okay, so a me piace molto prendere il treno. I really like taking the train. Next. Mi piacciono I treni perché sono veloci. Mi piacciono I treni perché sono veloci. Again, we have the same verb and then some little new words coming up. Mi piacciono I treni perché sono veloci. Mi piacciono I treni perché sono veloci. I like trains because they're fast. Okay? So here again we have piacciono I treni. So we have the same verb, plural, because we have I treni. Then we have perché. Perché means because. We have the same word for why and because, just one word, perché. Perché sono veloci. Veloci, fast, plural form. So, I treni sono veloci. Trains are fast. Ok? See the next one. Più veloci delle macchine. Più veloci delle macchine. What does that mean? Faster than cars. So again, più veloci delle macchine. Più veloci delle macchine. They are faster than cars. Faster. In English, we use the E and the R to turn fast into faster. In Italian, we use più. Più veloci and then delle macchine. Più veloci delle macchine. Right? Più veloci degli aerei. Più veloci degli aerei. Faster than airplanes. Now, this is of course not true, but if you look at a plane in the sky, it looks like it goes very slow. So this is just a little bit silly. But yeah, più veloci degli aerei. Più veloci degli aerei. Faster than planes. Più veloci degli aerei. Okay, here we have again the same. Più veloci, faster. And aerei. It's a little bit hard to pronounce perhaps. A-E-R-I. Aerei. Okay? Takes a little bit of practice. Aerei. Next. Here we have the same word again, so you can practice more. Gli aerei sono lenti. Gli aerei sono lenti. Airplanes are slow. Again, they're not. But if you look at them in the sky, it looks like they're slow. Gli aerei sono lenti. Gli aerei sono lenti. Okay? So here we have lenti, plural, of slow. Lenti. It's the opposite of fast. Veloce. Veloce, lento. Veloce, lento. Next. In treno posso leggere o guardare un film. What does that mean? On the train I can read or watch a movie. In treno posso leggere o guardare un film. In treno posso leggere o guardare un film. Okay. So we have in treno. In treno. So on the train we use in. In treno posso leggere. I can read. And posso means can. So on the train, I can read or watch a movie. Posso leggere o guardare un film. Okay, pretty straightforward this one. Next. This is an interesting one. Se leggo mentre guido, faccio un incidente. If I read while I drive, I'll crash. Se is our if particle. So, se leggo mentre guido, faccio un incidente. Se leggo mentre guido, faccio un incidente. Again, we have leggo, it's the verb leggere that we had before. Guido is a name, yes, but it's also the first person singular of the verb guidare, to drive. But it is also a name, a masculine name. And fare un incidente, to crash. An incidente is either an accident or a car crash. And if you end up in an accident, you fai un incidente. Okay? Tu Fai un incidente. Right, next one. L'unico problema del treno è il numero di persone. This is maybe a little bit more complicated, maybe not so much. Let's see the translation. The only problem with the train is the number of people. L'unico problema del treno è il numero di persone. L'unico problema del treno è il numero di persone. So the only problem, l'unico problema. Unico, only. Del treno, with the train or of the train, è il numero, number, di persone, of people. So in this case, you see, we use the plural form. It's like the number of persons, but I don't think you use that in English. I think you say the number of people. In Italian we say persone, numero di persone. Ok, next sentence. Ci sono sempre tante persone. We have persone again, and we have tante. We have sempre. We've seen that before. Okay, so you know the meaning. There's always a lot of people. There's always a lot of people. Ci sono sempre tante persone. Ci sono sempre tante persone. Okay, so ci sono. There is or there are, in this case, plural because persone is plural. Ci sono sempre tante persone. Tante means a lot. A lot of people. Tante persone. Okay, let's see the next one. Tantissime persone. Troppe persone. Okay, a lot of people. Too many people. Now, this is quite an interesting form of the adjective tanto. In Italian, we have this thing called superlativo, and it's used to make an adjective even more what it says. So, for example, tanto, tantissimo. It still means a lot, but it's even more than just a lot. Tantissimo, tantissime persone. So, tante persone, tantissime persone. Even more people than just a lot of people. Troppe persone. Too many people. Okay? Troppo. Troppo, it's the word that means too many. Too many of something. Troppe persone. Ok? Tantissime persone. Troppe persone. Okay, it's quite interesting. Next. Per viaggiare in treno serve il biglietto. This is maybe a bit difficult. Let's see. Per viaggiare in treno serve il biglietto. To travel with a train, you need a ticket. Okay, so first of all, we have per. Per viaggiare. To travel. In order to travel. Per viaggiare in treno serve. Serve is the verb servire, and in this case it means that you need something. You need to have something in order to travel with the train, and that is il biglietto, the ticket, right? So servire, we'll focus on that a little more later on. It's quite a useful word, and it comes up fairly frequently. We'll see some more example later on. So, but in this case, it means that you need something. Per viaggiare in treno serve il biglietto. Okay? Okay. Next sentence. Vuoi sapere quando parte il prossimo treno per Firenze? Vuoi sapere quando parte il prossimo treno per Firenze? I think the next sentence is a little different because I changed it and I forgot to change this one. But it doesn't matter. So, vuoi sapere quando parte il prossimo treno per Firenze? This vuoi sapere, sapere means to know. Okay, so vuoi sapere, do you want to know? Do you want to know? Vuoi sapere. Okay? What does the rest mean? We'll see in the next sentence. There we go. It's a little short. Quando parte il prossimo treno per Firenze? When does the next train to Florence leave? So the previous sentence meant, do you want to know when the next train to Florence leaves? Okay, this one is a little shorter, a little easier. Quando parte il prossimo treno per Firenze? When does the next train to Florence leave? Okay, so we have quando. Quando means when. Quando. Parte, partire, the verb partire, and it means to leave. Oops. Let's go back. To leave, partire. Okay, you can leave for your holidays, partire per le vacanze, for example, vacanze, holidays. Okay? The next train, il prossimo treno. Il prossimo treno, the next train, to Florence, per Firenze. Ok? Quando parte il prossimo treno per Firenze? Ok, then the next one, you picked it already. Il prossimo treno parte alle 11:25. Okay, this is a very straightforward sentence. Oh, God help. Okay, let's try to make this fast. Il prossimo treno parte alle 11:25. Il prossimo treno parte alle 11:25. So this one you know. The next train leaves at 11:25. Okay, so here the interesting thing is alle. It's the one that the word that we use to indicate the time. So instead of at, we say alle, plural. Alle 11:25. 25. Ok? Il prossimo treno parte alle 11:25. Il prossimo treno parte alle 11:25. Great. Let's go to the next sentence. Oh, this is a funny one. So this one, ecco il treno lungo lungo. It's like a nursery rhyme. It's a little song that mothers and fathers sing to their children about the train. You can find it online if you Google it, or if you look for it on YouTube. You'll find some. I'm sure you will find some people singing it. But the interesting thing is ecco and lungo lungo. What does this mean? Ecco il treno lungo lungo. Here comes the long, long train. So, two interesting things. First of all, ecco. Ecco, it means here. Here it is. Okay, here it comes. Ecco. You can also say it if you give something to someone. For example, someone asked you for a pen, and you could say, ecco. There it is. You're welcome, something like that. Okay, and then we have lungo lungo. Lungo lungo means long. It's repeated twice. This phenomenon is called reduplicazione. Very complicated word. Oh my god, it's impossible. Reduplicazione, I think it's called. And it's quite frequent in Italian. I'll make a video about it in the future. But basically, we repeat the same adjective twice to just mean it's instead of saying very, very long or molto lungo, we say it twice, lungo lungo. It's fairly common. There are some expressions which are just like this in Italian, and they're very, very, very frequent and used in the common language. And this is one example of it. Lungo lungo, the very long train, the long, long train. Okay? Ecco il treno lungo lungo. Okay? You can find the nursery rhyme on YouTube if you look for it. Okay, next sentence. A volte I treni sono in orario, sorry. A volte I treni sono in orario. I can't even pronounce it because it's so untrue. Okay, a volte I treni sono in orario. What does that mean? Sometimes trains are on time. A volte, sometimes. A volte I treni sono in orario. Sometimes trains are on time. On time, in orario. Okay? Another word for in orario is puntuale. Puntuale. Ok? Puntuale. In orario. A volte I treni sono in orario. See the next slide. Ma di solito sono in ritardo. Ma di solito sono in ritardo. But usually they are late. But. Di solito, usually, sono in ritardo. Late. So, in orario, on time, in ritardo, late. Ok? Ma di solito sono in ritardo. Ma di solito sono in ritardo. And the next slide. Ed è bene così, perché anch'io di solito sono in ritardo. Ok? What does that mean? Ed è bene così, perché anch'io di solito sono in ritardo. And that's a good thing, because I'm usually late as well. Okay? So, ed è bene così, and that is a good thing. Così, it means this way. So, literally, it would be, and it is good this way. It is good this way. That's a good thing. Ed è bene così. Perché? We saw that before. Because anche io, even I, or me too, di solito, usually, sono in ritardo. I'm usually late. Ok? Ed è bene così perché anch'io di solito sono in ritardo. Ed è bene così perché anch'io di solito sono in ritardo. Ok? Let's see if we have more. Yes, we do. Io e i treni siamo uguali. Io e i treni siamo uguali. What does this mean? Me and trains are the same. Io e i treni siamo uguali. Ok, so uguali. Uguali, the same. Ok? Io e i treni siamo uguali. Me and trains are the same. Io e i treni siamo uguali. Io e i treni siamo uguali. Okay, I think that is the last one. Yes, it is. So I'll show you some more examples, sentences with the verbs we used and the means of transport, the car, the airplane, and the train. Ok, so viaggiare in macchina, in aereo, in treno. So you travel by. You travel by car, by airplane, by train. In Italian, viaggiare in macchina, in treno, in aereo. Then you take, prendere. Prendere la macchina, l'aereo, il treno. Ok? Then to be, essere. Essere in macchina, essere sull'aereo, essere sul treno. Ok? Viaggiare, prendere, essere. Essere e viaggiare, they are a bit difficult. Perhaps you have to remember the preposition. In macchina, sull'aereo, sul treno. Ok? Next we have the verb to like, piacere. Piacere. Piacere has this structure. It doesn't have the subject like in English. I like something. But it's the structure would be something is likable to me. Okay? A little bit that way. But don't think about it that way too much. Just remember this structure. Okay? A me piace. Or mi piace. There are two ways to say it. This one is more common. It's quicker and it's more common. But if you want to put emphasis on who is it that likes something, then you can use this form. Okay? But just try to remember both. This one with a means it's the same as this one. They mean the same thing. So whichever one you find easier, you can use. Just know that this one here is definitely more common. Ok, a me piace, a te piace, a lui o a lei piace, a noi piace, a voi piace, a loro piace. Okay? The short version would be mi piace, ti piace, gli o le piace, ci piace, vi piace, gli piace. Okay? Plural form would be, instead of piace, piacciono. Okay? A me piacciono, a te piacciono, and so on. For the negative, we put it in front of everything else. So, non mi piace il tuo stile. Non mi piace il tuo stile. I don't like your style. Okay? Great. We're almost at the end. Let's see what we have next. Another verb. Servire. We saw that before. Per prendere il treno serve un biglietto. Okay? To travel by train or to take the train, you need a ticket. Servire. We have other examples. Ti serve una mano? Do you need a hand? Do you need help? Ti serve una mano? Ti serve una mano? And then the negative. Non mi serve niente. I don't need anything. This just means that perhaps you're doing something, you're building something, and someone asks you if you need a hand. Ti serve una mano? And you can say no. Non mi serve niente. I don't need anything. I'm fine. I'll manage on my own. Okay? Non mi serve niente. I don't need anything. Non mi serve niente. Okay? Then we are done with the verbs. We'll look at the adjectives. We've seen two adjectives, veloce and lento. Veloce, lento. Lento, veloce. And we've seen il treno è veloce. The train is fast. Il treno è veloce. And look here. We've got that same structure that we saw before. It's not really a structure, but we got the same adjective with issimo, which means that it's even more than fast. Il treno è velocissimo. It means that it's super fast. It's super fast. Il treno è velocissimo. Il treno è velocissimo. Then, to do the comparative, again, use più plus the adjective. So, il treno è più veloce della macchina. The train is faster than the car. Il treno è più veloce della macchina. Più veloce della macchina. Più veloce della macchina. And the same thing here you can do with every adjective. So also with lento, it becomes lentissimo. In this case, feminine. La macchina è lentissima. La macchina è lentissima. The car is very slow. Or is super slow. La macchina è lentissima. If you want to say the car is slower than the train, how would that be? The car is slower than the train. It would be la macchina è più lenta del treno. La macchina è più lenta del treno. Right? Did you get that right? Okay, the next and last slide. Again, other adjectives. Tanto, poco. Tanto, poco. A lot and not so much. Okay? Sul treno c'è tanta gente. On the train there's a lot of people. So before we saw persone, now we see the same idea of people. So it's singular, but it's a collective noun. Gente. Sul treno c'è tanta gente. Tanta gente. A lot of people. And again we have sul treno. Because if you're on the train, you use sul treno. Sul treno c'è tanta gente. You can have again tantissima gente. Or the opposite. Sul treno c'è poca gente. Okay, when there's almost no people. There's very few people. C'è poca gente. Tanta gente, poca gente. Again, tantissima gente, pochissima gente. You can do it with every adjective. Bello, bellissimo. Brutto, bruttissimo. Okay? And it means very, very few people. Pochissima gente. Then we have the comparative. Sul treno c'è più gente di ieri. On the train there's more people than yesterday. Ok? C'è più gente di ieri. Più gente di ieri. Sul treno c'è meno gente di ieri. There's less people than yesterday. Più e meno. More and less. Okay? So that was it. Tell me if you liked this kind of lessons, and we will see each other with the next video. Okay? Bye bye.